Girl, what's going on?
Good morning, and it's the Dare Show podcast. So let's talk. Patti LaBelle. Quickly, Patti LaBelle, of course, has this performance at Essence next month, in a month, at Essence Festival with Janet, and I think Bruno also is performing again. But there's supposed to be this Patti LaBelle tribute. I came across some wording or flyer that was talking about a Patti LaBelle tribute, and I'm just like, I don't know about that. It's not my favorite thing. Patti LaBelle tributes, they're not my favorite. I'd rather just give Patti the mic and let her sing the song. The last tribute I saw was horrible. And that was like Dorinda Clark Cole, and everybody was off key. Everybody was screeching to hit them notes. I'm like, Dorinda's songs aren't even that high. Dorinda, she has like a specific voice. That's another person. Sorry, I'm recording. This is my second time recording this because I did not like how it came out the first time. So, anyways, so Patti's tributes, ones I think about in the past, were pretty decent in the '90s. I think there was just one in the '90s. I remember SWV, Mariah. That's the one everybody loves. She did Somewhere of the Rainbow and If Only You Knew. Okay, that was decent. But Mariah should have done the note at the end. She should have incorporated the note in If Only You Knew. But, she doesn't always like the whistle note. But anyways. And then I'm just thinking they always call Fantasia, which isn't also my favorite thing because all she does is scream. Who screams more, Hollering Hudson or Fantasia? Both of them. Anyways, so a Patti LaBelle tribute, I'm not that excited because there was no lineup of people. Is it a video tribute? Is it a fashion tribute? What is this tribute essence? We'll find out next month. So, Tank, remember when 5-6 years ago, the radio, they kept playing, well, at least the one here in the 318, they just kept playing When We, Location by Khaled or whatever, Boot Up by Miss Boot Up, whatever her name is. I can't think of her name. It was those three songs. Oh, and then Boot Up. And then they kept playing this, Your Smile. That song. They kept playing that like it came out yesterday, but I think that song is from the 80s. Literally, that song kept playing. And I would always go to my cousin's house, and she would always have the radio playing, and that's literally the only song they would play. I was just oh my God, please, when we shut up. But anyways, he did some kind of interview, and I want to say the topic of the conversation was who did you work with that you were surprised or something like that? But he ended up saying Kelly Rowland was a very big surprise of him working with. Now, if you listened to me last week, no, wait, let me first say this. He said that, I'm paraphrasing here, but he was Destiny's Child was created to adore Beyonce, right? And if you listened to me last week, you know how frustrated I got when I was talking about Michelle Williams and how we kind of, as society, think about Michelle Williams and Kelly Rowland not being completely as talented, based off of the success of Beyonce. Now, everybody doesn't like Beyonce. That's fine. But there's I think there's a huge more not liking Beyonce. I mean, not liking Michelle and Kelly than not liking Beyonce in a sense. And it just frustrates me just thinking about it because I don't like that because thinking about it, Michelle and Kelly are so talented on their own. I'm not going to say that. But Michelle definitely, when she first came out with Destiny's Child, she was sort of the body of Destiny. She had the best body. She had the best voice. She had the best, everything. She had the best. 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 She had the bank like every now and then. I did not like Kelly's hair. Beyonce looked decent, but Michelle was killing it. She had the body. Her body accepted the fashions very well. She had the hair. Her makeup was always done. Even when some of the other girls look a little white, her makeup was done. Her hair was done. And then, she's talented on her own, like I said. Um, I don't know why we don't give. I, I guess Destiny Child was created to adore Beyonce. Sure, okay, I'm going with that. But he was just surprised by Kelly's talent and not I'm not gonna say talent, but like her behind the scenes talent. Like, okay, let's try this harmony. Let's try this verse a different way. Let's try her creativity in the studio. I forgot to mention the first time I recorded this, there was like it was ignited this giant like Twitter beef or Twitter expose on how Beyonce was the brains of Destiny's Child and the girl just fell in line, which you take it how you want. I'm going to say that's maybe 70-80% true. But anyways, like I said, I didn't know Beyonce was credited as the executive producer on Destiny Fulfilled. Like every song next to the producer line is a producer and then Beyonce. I did not know that, and it shocks me. It's still shocking. Like I had no idea. But Kelly is very talented. The song she did with Tank is called "The Show." It's from her Miss Kelly album. It's such a beautiful song. It's such a wait, yay! I love that song. I love that song. The Show. Another show. I love that song. That Miss Kelly album is so great. Like Kelly has really decent bodies of work. Really great. I'm not gonna say decent. She's really great bodies of work. Her first album, I can never think of the name of her first album. But it has, like Train on a Track and then Ain't No I know, can nobody do let me. It's past 12. Hey, those are the bops right there. And then we go into Miss Kelly with Ghetto and Love Her. Um her second album, like I said, Miss Kelly would Like This and the Shoulder Bob, and like I love how Like This and Kelly, she trends like every other week or every other day on Twitter, at least my trending topics. I don't know how accurate my trending topics are to the actual trending topics of like the world or whatever. But she's trending all the time, like, and then Like This made this like little revamp on TikTok, and she like did her little Like This shoulder, her shoulder choreography that I remember Frank Gatson, I think like created or enhanced and loved and did for that video with Eve. Eve, that's such a great song. Like This, Ghetto, I got that comeback, hey, that hover. But like she makes such great R&B music, and then she makes really great dance music with When Love Takes Over. I was trying to listen to Forever. Oh, I think Forever in the Day was supposed to be the song of the week. Okay, we'll have to do it next month because I think I want to do like all Happy Black Music Month and Happy Pride Month, everybody. But Forever in a Day is my favorite song by Kelly. Then, she has like these Red Wine on her Talk a Good Game album. And then, there's, oh yeah, I be the word that they love to mention. And then, her number one hit, Go, 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 with Lil Wayne. And then Big Sean, like she has such great collaboration. Oh my God, that moment in time where she was just collaborating. I'm trying to think of the year. I think it was like the early 20, after the EDM moment where she was just collaborating with like a bunch of people. Oh my God, another song with, look at my God, dog. Because I really love Kelly and I love, her collaborations are great. The song "You've Changed" with Beyonce and Michelle, and then oh my gosh, the one with Fantasia and Missy. We still need a Missy celebration. I want all the songs from Aaliyah, even though I don't care about Aaliyah like that. I want like all of her career songs. Um, yeah, my name is Sierra. Did Kelly? I think Kelly and Sierra did a song together too. Anyways, Kelly is a great talent, and I wish she was a little nurtured a little bit more, maybe pushed a little bit more, because I feel like she doesn't perform like she did when she was in Destiny's Child. But besides that, she's a great talent. She's a great voice. Her voice for like dance music and R&B music, it's like that soprano alto thing she has. Her tone, it just fits well with like pretty much all genres of music, and it's a talent. And we love Kelly. Shout out to Kelly Rowland. And she's always, she's the one showing her personality in her life more than the other girls that like Dustin Shelby have to compare. She's always showing like her IG stories of her cooking for her son, Titan, and then she'll get on Instagram drunk, Instagram live drunk, and she'll tweet drunk. I think she's the personality that is shining through of those girls. But shout out to Kelly, shout out to Tank. What's next? Chance the Rapper, excuse me. Now, this one I was very shocked about. So Anita Baker had she's in Las Vegas doing a residency, and she shouted out Chance the Rapper, and she's like, I don't know him. I only know him through like music. Not like I don't know him, but like, she's like, I don't only know him through music. And this article, well, she ended up saying, he helped me regain my master's back. Now, the article that posted the one I initially saw was like, Chance the Rapper helps buy Anita Baker's masters. And I'm like, first of all, wow. Second of all, Chance, you got that kind of money? I'm shocked because I'm like, oh, okay, somebody's big balling because masters are expensive. Maybe he he pitched in like $1 or something. But I talked to my friend Reggie, who's like my music guru. We're always talking music. I know he's tired of me talking about record labels and stuff. But Reggie was like, first of all, Chance the Rapper needs to worry about his own music. I'm sorry, Reggie. I'm letting the people know what our conversation was. He's like, Chance the Rapper needs to worry about his own career and leave Anita Baker alone. And he's like, I'm sure he didn't like necessarily pitch in any like financial help, but definitely he might have like pointed her in the right direction to the right people. But I'm thinking like, it's Anita Baker. Like, it's Anita Baker, award-winning, million sold classic songs. Anita Baker, what do you mean she needs help pointing in the right directions to get her master's? Now, originally she did say, which shocked me, which is why I was like, oh, okay, this is a weird, interesting article. What shocked me was she was like, the label, these are her words, we had an agreement, and after a certain amount of years, I would be able to get my master's, and the label isn't doing that, so, we're fighting for it and fighting for my master's. Those are her words. I was kind of surprised that they, allegedly didn't hold up their end of the deal and just give her master's, but as I'm learning, I feel like I'm very naive sometimes to this music industry stuff, that, Reggie was like, if the label feels like they can make money off of you, nothing is free, especially if they can make money off of you. I was like, oh, I just feel bad. Like, it's so crazy. And it's so crazy how, on TikTok and everywhere, the labels are being exposed. Record labels are being exposed. Low-key, wait, side note, shout out to Rock Nation. I like Rock Nation. If I was an artist, I would sign to Rock Nation as a management and maybe even as an artist, even though I think their track record isn't that great with artists. But Rock Nation, they're revamping Christina Aguilera's career 100%. She's putting out, I think she put out another like Spanish LP. She has so many videos out. In the beginning, like last year, she was performing a lot of places. they're doing really good over at Christina Aguilera's house, and it's very nice to see. I wish her other projects did get the love that they are giving this one, especially the last two. Lotus was a really good album, and then Liberation was also had some really great tracks on it, and it was only like two singles or two videos, which I feel like was such a missed opportunity. But anyways, Anita Baker and not being able to get her her masters are just shocked. And like I was saying that the labels, excuse me, they're being exposed by TikTok and JoJo, and all these people are being exposing labels. Like nobody's being choked hold like they did Toni Braxton and put an NDA on her. She couldn't speak for like 10 years after her settlement. Nobody's being everybody's talking now. That's what I'm trying to say. People are talking, and then the labels, as a label, I would be embarrassed. First of all, you're telling all my secrets. I give people know my secrets, so I need to switch it up. Not only are they kind of switching it up, they're still playing these same games. It's just in a different level. So it's just like, I just feel so bad for like artists who probably aren't being financially paid. I think Jessie J was saying at one point in her career, her fame was bigger than her bank account. So she couldn't hire a bodyguard. I think, who else said they couldn't hire a bodyguard? Billie Eilish was like, I couldn't hire a bodyguard because my fame is bigger than my bank account. It's a mess out here in the record industry streets. But shout out to Chance the Rapper for helping Anita Baker. We love that. But I was saying, also I wanted to say that Anita is a part of the industry. So, but when she retired, I think she really retires. And I think it was like her second time retiring. But when she retires, she's like gone. Like she doesn't care about the industry in a sense. So I kind of would point that out when I was saying, she doesn't know the people. Like she's Anita Baker. With these classic songs, I Apologize. I love her entire My Everything album. I keep saying this, but I Apologize. It's such a great song. Body and Soul. I think Fairy Tales is one of my cousin's favorite songs. We stand Anita Baker. So I'm gonna go take a sip of water and quench this thirst.
Next car, honey, next car.
So, thank you for letting me quench my thirst. Welcome back to the Dead Show podcast. Let's talk about the song of the week. So, I think I had originally, let's just talk about the song of the week. The song of the week, and because it is Pride Month, shout out to the LGBTQ, the les, the gays, the bis, the trans. Shout out to everybody. It is the month. Happy June 1st. What was I saying? Okay, so the song of the week is an LGBTQ advocate and ally, right? Yeah, I think I meant to say ally. But she's probably both. Jennifer Holiday. I remember, I know when she was saying, at a certain point in her career, when she wasn't able to get like good work, she can always, pop up at the gay clubs, entertain, and collect a check. Like the gays love the gay. Oh my god, she told this so funny story on the Bass Entertainment podcast, which was a really great interview. She told the story of when she was like 16, 17, a very prominent church singer, and this dude had like I'm sorry, because it's funny. This dude had wanted her to go to Broadway. He was like, there's this thing in like New York, Broadway. It's called Broadway. I think you should like go and try to audition and find a thing or whatever, find a play to be in or whatever. And so she was like, well, you gotta ask my mom because I'm like 15, 16. So he's like, okay. So he asked her mom, and her mom was like, no. And Jennifer was like, Mom, I think he has a little sugar in his tank. It's just like, I don't care. He could decide not to have sugar in his tank the next day. You mess with my baby. It was like, oh my gosh. So then he's like, well, I have this like aunt in New York. She's a praying aunt, she's Baptist. And so the Jennifer was like, the next thing I knew, I was off to New York, because whatever kind of prayer or prayer circle or Bible study they had on their phone convinced my mom to let me go to New York. I was like, oh my gosh. From the gays to the Baptists. Um but Jennifer, so somehow the last couple of days, Say a Little Prayer by Aretha Franklin has just been all up in my head. So I was like, something that was like, go listen to Jennifer Holliday's version. So I had known she had like done this like Aretha tribute. She'd been doing it, and it's such a great version. There's so many versions out there, but it's such a great version. There's like orchestra, there's a band, it's slowed down. One has backroom singers, one version doesn't. It's just her voice and her singing, and it's so beautiful. They're like this like introduction to this song, but it's not an introduction, because that's not really how the song is made. It's like this revamped, amazing, beautiful version. So go check out her version of Jennifer Holliday's version of Say a Little Prayer. It's on YouTube. It's live. I love live music. Also, if you did not know, Aretha, she kind of revamped Dionne Warwick's song "Say a Little Prayer," her version. And, put a little stank on it, put a little Aretha stank on it, and here we are now. I think that's all I wanted to say about. Oh, check out her Bass. It's called Bass Entertainment podcast. She's so enlightening. She's so like, her mind is so modern. I think she was saying one thing she wishes she was able to do with the cast of Dreamgirls was cultivate or come together and sort of like ask for more money, because Broadway doesn't pay that much. But I guess she said like the cast of Hamilton, or one of the casts of Lin-Manuel, one of them, they band together, they came together, and they wanted more money, and they ended up getting more money. And she's like, I wish we were like that modern thinking, or that togetherness thinking. But she was like, we were just happy to just to be paid what we're being paid, even though we were being underpaid. We're just happy to be paid, which is which is interesting and really great. But she has such a modern thinking and progressive mindset, which I was not expecting from Jennifer Holliday. But shout out to Jennifer Holliday. She has this new song, Show Me Love, So In Love With You, with the cute video. Great song. Jennifer Holliday is still out here pumping it out. Okay, let's talk about Wynonna. So Wynonna Judd, I'm sorry. She posted something, I think her first statement since her mother passed away. And I was reading it and I was like, no, I need to finish this on the podcast, because I think I started getting like a little emotional. I'm like, oh my gosh, she gets it. She is present. She understands what is going on completely, down to the T. And she wants to continue to do better. And so let's read it. Basically, in the first part, she's just like, I didn't know what to say, so I asked my therapist, and he said, tell him what you know. And so she said, what do I know? I do know that the pain of losing mom on 430 to suicide is so great, sorry, that I often feel like I'm not ever going to be able to fully accept and surrender to the truth that she left the way she did. This cannot be how the Judge story ends. Now, when I first read that part, I was like, girl, well, this is how it's ending, girl. I don't know what you want me to say. But then I'm like, well, no. There's tragedy. Their family is full of tragedy. Going back to her mother's grandfather. If you listen to my review of the Judds, I kind of break it down a little bit. The Judds on OWN, they had a TV show. And so it's a couple episodes down. If you scroll down a little bit. But Naomi's grandfather, I believe, was trying to like kill her father or his sons, her father, in like some kind of closet or something like water tank or hot water heat or something. He's trying to blow them up. It didn't end up not working. Then it turned into like his wife or somebody's wife might have killed their husband. She went off with the money. No. She tried to kill the husband. Her and her boyfriend tried to burn down their business, try to get the money from the insurance and run off across town. Then there's, Naomi and her might be some of the fish dinners and her anxiety and her abuse and, marrying this random man that, thought she was the beautifulest thing in the world and moving to LA and just a hot mess, really, to be honest. Just a hot ass mess, which is so unfortunate. And then Wynonna growing up, the food and having this tumultuous relationship with her mother, marrying wrong man. Her daughter, is in jail for selling and making meth. And then her husband, her current husband, which she has, a healthy better relationship with. He got in a motorcycle accident and now he's an amputee. So it's just like, it's a lot going on with the Judds. I do know that in order to be a healthier grandparent to my firstborn grandchild, why do you have to say firstborn? Oh, okay, I guess so. Born 4/13, which is 2 weeks and 2 days before mom left, to break the cycle of addiction and family dysfunction, that I must continue to show up for myself first and do the personal healing work. I do know that it is a simple steps program, and those steps not easily taken at times. Therefore, I might have made a commitment to keep doing the next right thing, and schedule my weekly appointments so that I continue to why am I having a hard time reading? So that I continue with the ongoing work, even when I have good days. So, but the Ted, I'm guessing, who is still their like her life coach, during that, Wynonna situation, the Judge show, I'm sorry, during the Judge show, it was sort of like the beginnings of their healing and work. And she's acknowledging to change the legacy and the cycle of abuse and dysfunction in this family. I'm going to continue to do the work. And I just love that. She's aware, she's present, she knows what needs to be done, and she's not giving up. She's not giving up. And I love that. Shout out to Wynonna Judd. I do know that, as corny as it sounds, love can build a bridge. I found myself humming the song that Mom wrote for fans to myself here on the farm at night. I really do know that I'm not able to do this grieving thing all by myself, and that it's okay to reach out for help. I will continue to fight for my faith, for myself, for my family, and I will continue to show up and sing. Now, she is going on tour, continuing, it's supposed to be the final tour. It's not a celebration of life and legacy to Naomi, but she's going to have some special guests with throughout the tour by Brandy Carlisle, Faith Hill, Little Big Town, Trisha Yearwood, Martina McBride. She's progressing and she's going to keep going, which is great, which is always great to hear and see. So shout out to Wynonna, right? Diana, let's move on to the last little topic I have for Beverly Hills. Diana, I want to call her Rowland, but that is Andre Leon Talley's Diana. This is Diana Jenkins, I believe her last name is. AKA what's that girl's name? Erica Jane's possible sugar mama. Like Erica. We get it, you're almost broke, but damn. Like Erica's still doing her hair and makeup in the kitchen like she's black. Like she's some black girl in the 90s. Like, oh my God, Erica. You don't have a little, I know you have another room. One thing that bothers me about Erica showing her house, I believe that's her actual house. And she only has this like little tiny gate separating her from the like front, from the sidewalk. So I'm like, please don't let nobody see her. Or please let this maybe be in a gated community. I can't. So anyways, Diana Jenkins, she's the newest housewife. I don't know why we needed a new housewife. But I have some questions for Diana. If anybody can answer this for me. Now, Diana, I believe she was poor. She ended up marrying this man who was a wealthy banker. They end up having 2 kids, and then they end up getting divorced. She ended up walking away with like $250 million, a very fat divorce settlement check. One thing that questioned me about her was like, she was like, when I got my first 1,000, it was amazing. Then I got my first 100,000, and it felt so great. And then I found out I got my first million, and it was just amazing. And I'm like, what you mean? Like, did you help your husband build some kind of empire that we don't know about, that you guys haven't talked about? Or are you talking about the money that your husband gave you because you were his wife? Because this is not making sense. I'm confused. She already has 2 kids. She's like 47, 48, and then she ends up having this other kid. I don't know why nobody would want to do that, but that's none of my business. She's engaged to this very young man who ends up being, I believe he's the baby's father, but they didn't say that, nor like no title said it. They didn't say it. It was kind of confusing. I was very confused. I'm a little bit late on this, but I was very confused because I'm like, who is this man and how did this baby get here? Because y'all did not say he was the baby's father. Oh my gosh. And then he didn't even like kind of act like the baby's father. He was like, go to mama. He didn't say, come to dada. He said, go to mama. I was just like, okay, this is weird. Because I'm thinking like, why would he stick around with this woman who has a kid and it's not his? I would not be. But anyways. How did you get your money? How did you build your empire, Diana? Somebody said that there was this like, they're over the too rich people. And I am too. I'm over the rich. I prefer the Kathy Hilton, down to earth, rich person than the Diana, I'm so rich, I don't know what an outlet is. Like, do you not know what an outlet mall is because, or a Gucci outlet or whatever? Do you not know what an outlet is because you're not from here? Or because you really, have too much money? Like, which one is it? Because I feel like everybody knows what an outlet is. Like, you've been living here for how long? Just, I don't like going to department stores. I don't like trying on clothes. I just have them shipped to my house and I try it on there. It's like nobody cares about rich people like that. We love a Kathy Hilton, down to earth rich. We don't. I'm sick of these, rich, hotty-totty, puff cigarettes in your face folk. Enough of that, bravo. But anyways, let me know what you think about what I talked about this episode of the Dare Show podcast. From Tank to Kelly Rowland to Anita Baker to Diana. If you have any, thoughts about Diana, leave them in the comment. You don't have to subscribe. You don't have to like. Just leave a comment. I prefer that. This is the Dare Show podcast. You can check it out on YouTube. You can check it out on the Spotify. You can check it out on the Apple. You can check it out everywhere podcasts are exposed or available. Thank you so much for listening. I highly appreciate it. That's it. That's all. Good night.
CNC